What you're seeing here is my Lingo app. Lingo is a company that's working on providing continuous glucose monitors pretty much direct to consumer for individuals that are not diabetic. They had an outreach to me in this last week and asked me as a provider to demo their product. And so, what you're seeing here is the sensor that I installed into the back of my tricep area in real time. You're seeing my numbers here change. What I really like about this is I do use these sensors with patients that are non-diabetics, not just my diabetic patients. And so this provides a app resource for those that are not necessarily targeting ranges that we are working on for the diabetic patient. So what you're seeing here is my current glucose at 85. You're seeing a quick little snippet of where my numbers have been since about 11 o'clock until now at 5 o'clock. Getting ready here to prep dinner and have a meal, as you can see there. They have this Lingo count, which is a scoring system. And from what I can tell, and I've only been with the sensor for about a week, is the goal really is to get your count as low as possible. How it's 5 o'clock and I'm at a zero is a testament to really, really good spacing of my meals and exercise today, and really smart choices that my body is doing well. That is not where my typical count is. This is the first day that I've made it until 5 o'clock and have a zero count. You can see they've given me a target of 32. I had one day I was a 45. I think most of the days I'm somewhere in the 20s or 30s, but pretty cool that I've been able to make some changes with this sensor to now have a score count of zero. So now I've got a new target that I need to work on. And then what you'll see is this graph. And in the graph, it gives the time in the bottom here, and it'll show you where your current value is at. And you can see it's the 85 milligrams per deciliter. And then you'll scroll through and it'll show you your historical timeline. And then eventually you'll see, okay, now I've shifted into yesterday's data. You can see I had a little score here of a 7. And actually, if I come all the way down to the bottom, let's see. So my average glucose was 93, but I think my score that day, oh, it was a 16, which was a really good targeted day for me as well. The little plus signs, and you see the little running man and the little fork and spoon. Those are data points that I put in, which you can see snack and lunch and another snack and exercise and dinner and another snack. The exercises are integrated with my Apple Watch. And then all of the snacks, or if I had an event, which could be, gosh, I had a stressful exchange, or I was feeling maybe a little unwell, you can document those things so that you can have symptoms or things to relate to what your blood sugar is. And so there's some rising and falling here on this day. But again, my Lingo score was at 16, so that's actually pretty good. But in general, what you want to see is the less high peaks, low falls. You want to see more of what we kind of call a sinusoidal curve, or a curve more like this, where there's not those big ups and downs. And that would show a better regulated self. Now, it makes sense that there is going to be a rise after you eat, right? And other rises for me are correlated with different exercise, which also makes sense. You need your muscles to bring fuel to be able to have the energy. Actually, what I'm bringing you to here, this is a great example of a day that I wasn't scoring so good. I had a 48 that day, which in general is still a good score for somebody who's not diabetic, but I had a bit of yo-yoing here. So I wanted to bring you to, this was my Saturday. I had a mountain bike ride in the morning, which was right around this time. You could see my numbers were naturally rising just to support the exercise that I had. And then I went to lunch with a friend and had, it was a chicken sandwich, but it was on bread and had pineapple and truffle French fries. And so you could see my body said, whoa, and it reacted with a pretty high level for me. And then I had this drop where it went from somewhere in the 145 range to about, I think at the lowest I had seen, it was somewhere in the 70s. Right now, it's only showing me 80. And then I had another quick rise where the body was like, "Oh gosh, okay, now I'm up, and this is clearly my pancreas and my liver going back and forth, like, are we up? Are we down? Are we up? Are we down?" And somewhere in here, I actually ate an apple. I think this is where I ate an apple because I saw I had dropped down so low, and I was like, "Gosh, maybe I should recover a little bit here." And that apple brought me right back up, and then I had another boom drop down here, and this is where I was somewhere in the mid 60s. And then again, a little recovery here. I decided after that apple that no, I need to just let this play out, but my body had a hard time kind of recuperating. Hence why my lingo count was a bit higher on that day. So just wanted to show you some data points on here. I'm only week one in. I've got another week. I'll probably record some more content after I learn this app a little bit further. So far, the information has been a lot of fun and useful for me to really track not only food, exercise, but also my sleep and just my day to day stressors to really try to optimize my health. And the testament to it is this zero count here today. I have been so mindful the last 2 days to really keep my sleep really optimized, keep my stress in check, exercise healthy, time my meals and snacks appropriately. And for me, I tend to do better with a higher protein, higher fat, and just mindful carbs. And I've got a zero. So thrilled to hopefully have a nice lower carb dinner here. And maybe I will have a zero count for the whole day, which I don't know if that's good. But I think looking at my numbers, it seems like it's doing pretty well, and I feel really great today, focused and energetic. That's it for the information. Have a great evening.